Welcome, guys, to Tiny Condominium Act, to episode 4. It's on board management part 2. All right, if you feel like you've been targeted by the condo board in Ontario, like I did, the key legal question is whether their actions are legitimate enforcement of rules or is unreasonable, selective, bad faith, or oppressive conduct. Here's how the law approaches this. Legal protection, oppression remedy, section 135. Under the Condominium Act 1998, the court can intervene if the board's conduct is oppressive, unfairly prejudicial, unfairly disregards your interests. And this applies if the board is singling you out, enforcing rules against you but not others, acting vindictively, for sure, harassing through repeated legal letters and fines, and misusing of power, definitely. And that all happened with first service. All right? What counts as targeting? Courts look at patterns, not feelings. For example, selective rule enforcement, fines or chargebacks not applied to others, repeated warning letters without basis. That we gotta watch out for that in our building, because I have been framed for something that I never did. I've been here for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and it started happening when the upstairs moved in on January 1st. So, anyways, denying access to amenity unfairly, which they did that to me for I don't know what reason, in my first service in my last condo, blocking record requests, spreading misinformation. They said that I was evicted from the condominium, which I was never evicted. What does not count? Mutual enforcement of rules that apply to everyone and properly issued compliance notice. So what you should do now is document everything. Dates, notices received, other units doing the same thing, witnesses, and that's what I'm doing, because they made a complaint about me and send a letter to all the residents on my floor except me. Left it outside the door. I was lucky I caught one of them, and it was directed towards me, even though it wasn't me. All right, so patterns matter. Compare enforcements if possible. Gather evidence that others are violating the same rule. No action was taken against them, and selective enforcement strengthens a case. Number 3, request for records, section 55. Ask for compliant records, rejected, enforcement policies, board meeting minutes discussing you. If it's refused, condominium authority tribunal can help out with that, and I think that's my next step. Consider dispute path. CAT is online tribunal. If issue relates to records, pets, parking, storage, nonsense type of disputes. The Superior Court, which is where I'm at right now, section 135, if it is serious oppression or harassment. However, there's definitely some important reality checks that you have to do. Courts do not intervene simply because a board is rude. You disagree with the interpretation and there is a personality conflict. Now, that is hard to prove because that's, person blaming another person, she said, he said kind of thing. So, I don't know about that. You disagree with the interpretation and there is a personal conflict. You must show bad faith, unfair prejudice, or unequal treatment. And that is the most important, because I'm going to say something about my story. First service, when I discovered the conspiracy, and I told them that I would be filing a civil lawsuit if my wrong chargebacks were not returned back to me. And they made up crap about me, literally, to get me in jail. And I was sleeping, they drugged me, they raped me. I was apparently coming out heroin. I don't do drugs, I don't even touch one drop of alcohol. And they shot me in jail for 2 months during Christmas and New Year's. So that's my story. I'm not ashamed of it because I never did anything wrong. They did it to cover up the conspiracy, and they're still doing it now. So I would really appreciate if all of the residents can help keep me safe. Thank you.